We just discovered a dragonfly in the car, so Nate's getting it out with a piece of wood that we found on the side of the car.
It is dead.
So there's a dead dragonfly in the car.
Here we go!
Hey everybody, my name is AJ and I'm a video director based in Atlanta, and this is my video series where I explore the stories behind the stickers I've collected on my camera case. And today I want to talk about my recent trip to Minneapolis. And Minneapolis was city number 2 out of 4 for a single project. So we had 1 week to capture stories and interviews in 4 different cities, and the first one was Boston, the second city was Minneapolis. And we actually flew straight from Boston to Minneapolis. It's another 5:30 a.m. to catch another sunrise, this time in Minneapolis, Minnesota. First thing the next morning, we grabbed our Starbucks and headed to the location for filming. And when we got to the parking garage, I had a new experience that I'd never had, and that was this very fancy elevator in the parking garage that took us up to the building above. And the buttons were on the outside, which normally an elevator has a button or 2 buttons up and down on the outside. This actually had a touch panel where you selected the floor you wanted to go to on the outside. Check out this elevator. I'm on the outside of the elevator. So you hit that, it tells you which elevator to go to, except for the H1. It comes up. Hopefully no one's in this elevator while I'm filming. And then check this out. On the inside, there's no buttons. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm sure there's an efficient reason why they do that, for making sure people, don't do the elf thing and hit every button, on the elevator. I'm sure there's a reason, but I actually thought it was pretty cool. We're in Minneapolis. This is the set right now in this high rise. And so this is the view, the backdrop for today's set. So not a bad day at the office. A few hours worth of filming, and then we actually headed to a second location and filmed some more interviews and some B-roll there, and then packed up to head home. But we had a stowaway in the car that we did not realize was there, and we had to pull off to the side of the road on the side of the highway in Wisconsin because there was a dragonfly on the dashboard of the car that we needed to get rid of. We just discovered a dragonfly in the car, so Nate's getting it out with a piece of wood that we found on the side of the car. I don't blame him for getting it. He's getting it out with a piece of wood. Turns out it was dead, and we don't know how a dragonfly got into the car and died on the dashboard in the 2 hours we were filming.
Hey, at least it's not alive.
All right, so dead dragonfly in the car. Nate's gonna get this thing out with his bare hands because he's a man. Oh yeah, there he goes. Good job, Nate. Once we said goodbye to our new dragonfly friend, we hit the road and got to the airport as fast as we could, and we came in on 2 wheels and just parked the car at the rental car place, left the keys in it, and just booked it as fast as we can to our gate, and we were the last few people on the flight. I actually timed it perfectly so I could have watched the Atlanta Hawks game on the flight. 7:30 flight, I timed that perfectly so that the 2-hour flight home I could just watch basketball, and we get on our flight and our flight does not have DirecTV on it. That was a bummer. Overall, it was a great trip. It's good to travel with my buddy Nate, who's not only a good sound guy, he's a great friend, and he travels at the same lightning speed that I do. What I learned on this trip was that those elevators in that building downtown Minneapolis were on point. That technology just blew my mind, and I cannot wait for that technology to catch on everywhere.